Come out here in the shop every now and then and tinker on something. I'm building a knife. I've got a forge. It's a propane forge, and I'm into all that. Taking something that was meant for something else and repurposing. My uncle, which passed away not too long ago, he used to work at a sawmill, and he said, I've got some of these planing blades. So I pulled a bunch of them out. I'm gonna give them to you if you want to maybe make a knife out of them. My latest, greatest thing that I have repurposed was I had some brass fittings in my toolbox that were for airlines, like a little ferrules and the brass nuts that go on the airline, and it all kind of screws into a base kind of thing. So I set them aside, and I had an old breaker bar that I had broken. It was a Taiwan breaker bar. I had broken it. I didn't throw it away. I threw it down in a bucket I've got full of metal here, and I just threw it down in there. So I pulled that out, sawed off the part that didn't break, and stuck it in the forge and started getting it red hot, beating on it, and got it all made into a smelting spoon. I took this old handle and beat it out. Then I laid it over top of a socket and got a ball peen hammer, and I beat it into it. It looked like a big ugly spoon. And then I got it hot again, and I worked one edge of it so it had like a little point you could pour out of, And I'm like, well, there you go, that'll work. Then I took the brass fittings and I stuck them stuck them back in the forge and got them melted down, and took them out and made a tang to go between the blade and the handle. The Bible talks about going through the fire. And it talks about, because what comes out of the fire is more pure, because impurities will separate themselves from the gold, right? So you have all the impurities will float to the top, and you skim that off, and what you have left is a more pure gold. And it was spiritually speaking, that's what happens to us when we go through trials and tribulations and so forth. I had 2 ferrule nuts and 2 bases. In that little smelting spoon that I made, those 2 little pieces gave me that much waste, that much impurities. All that is just impurities. And I thought, man, that's almost the amount that I put in there. When I go pouring out what I got, it's like, wow, that's a lot of impurities, And I got to thinking about, spiritually speaking, yeah, it gets heavy right there, doesn't it? All the junk in our lives, all the cuss words, all the taking a second look at a girl that walks by, all the maybe some stuff we're not supposed to be looking at on our phone, on TikTok, or our attitudes, or what all. All those are impurities, and God is amazing. He can do all kinds of stuff. I love you, and look forward to seeing you. I'll talk at you later, man. I love you. God bless you, and we'll go bar to bar one day. I just don't know when now. All right, deuce.